Okay, so we're outside the Barbican Centre. I've not brought you guys here before, so this will be a new one for you. So as you can see, it's a sort of complex of, well, all sorts of things actually, really. I mean, you've got this big, massive block of flats here. It was built in the 60s, I believe. Somewhere in the 60s, 70s, sort of around that era. It's now, apparently, although don't quote me on this, because I might be wrong, but because I swore I read somewhere that it's actually a listed building now, because of the unique architecture of it and that, and the way it was built and everything, apparently, because it's all made out of concrete. But and there's supposed to be some, I can't remember the architects of it now, but they actually lived in it themselves after they built it. And as you see, it's arts, theatre, music, all that sort of stuff. So we are going to go inside there shortly, well, in a minute or two. Oh, wow, the sun is shining and you can't quite see. Right, we're going to go in there. So let's have a little walk in here now. Come on, door. Ooh, oh, don't open. Oh, okay. Right. Oh, look, see the concrete? See what I mean about the concrete? Look, wow. How cool is that? Eh? Try and make a flipping thing that we normally associate with, like, bland and horrible and all the rest of it, into something a bit more interesting and intriguing. It's nice, isn't it? I like that, actually. I do like that. It's just everyday concrete. Everyday concrete, and that's what they've done with it. They made it like stone almost, like as though it's made out of rock, almost. I love it. I love the surface of it. It looks so cool. And when you think about it, it's just bare concrete, and the texture and everything just makes it look really warm. Do you know what I mean? It looks really warm, and I mean, because like you got the bare concrete showing in there. Do you know what I mean? So you think to yourself, wow, wouldn't concrete feel cold or look cold or whatever? But actually, no. Like I say, look, you know, it's really tactile as well. I like that. I like tactile. I like things that you can feel. That's really cool. I do like that. So anyway, this is the Barbican Centre, like I say. I've been in here a few times. Been here with Joanne. This is where we first had our first date, actually. Where we came when we had our first date when me and Joanne met 5 years ago. Wow. It's not to the day though. I'm not sure when I think it was in November actually when we actually met and actually came here. So oh, the mirror's gone. There used to be a mirror to that. Oh wow. Hello down there. Anyway, right. So as you can see, there's loads of... See, this is another thing I love about this place. Like loads of little nooks and crannies and little sort of... little hidey... Well, not hidey. No, that's not... I mean, just nooks and crannies, you know what I mean? Little sort of... little areas where, you know, not many people go sometimes, and you can sit down and have a coffee and a chat and whatever. So it's all cool. I'm going to get myself a coffee in a minute. Sounds like I've already had one, doesn't it? Ha! I've been singing my head off in the street because I've got this song that I can't remember. It's by Scott Grimes, song by Scott Grimes, Hide, and I absolutely adore it. Absolutely adore it. I can't stop singing it. I love it to bits, really do. And like I say, I've been singing it in the high street, and I don't care sometimes. Sometimes I'll get in these moods. I'll get in this frame of mind where. Although I must admit, I'll still feel a little bit of embarrassment and a little bit of self-consciousness. But actually, when I'm actually doing it, when I'm actually singing in the street or whatever, especially if it's a song that I'm really into and a song that I really love and enjoy, I don't care. I'll just sing. Do you know what I mean? And I know I can't sing very well because I probably sound like a cat being strangled more than likely. And so therefore I'm kind of inflicting my horrible voice on the poor unsuspecting public. So I can understand that some of them probably look at me rather crossly and are not amused by my vocalisations, to say the least, sometimes. But and especially when I do it on the tube as well. Sometimes I'll sing on the tube like I just did before, and you know, like I say, some people don't appreciate it, and you know, fair enough. I can't really knock them for it because I know I can't really sing. I can sing a little bit maybe. Do you know what I mean? I can hold a tune maybe just, you know, but I definitely, I know I'm not under any illusions that I can sing. Let's put it that way. Do you know what I mean? I'm definitely not. But like I say, when the mood hits me, I can't help it. I just got to go for it. You know, it's like, I just love it. I just love that song particularly. That song is just such an amazing song. It just really, you know, when a piece of music just hits you, and you know, there's no point in putting logic or anything else to it. Do you know what I mean? There's no point in trying to analyse it or understand it or whatever. All that you know is when that song hits you, it just takes you to another dimension, another place, somewhere else that is the place that you've always dreamed of there being, somewhere where it's just fantastic peace and you are just the best in the world, and you know, I don't know, whatever your fantasy happens to be. Do you know what I mean? It's like, you know, that piece of music just takes me to that place in my head and my heart where you know, where I don't know. Sorry, I'm lost for words for a moment. Anyway, so, yes, anyway, let's get back to where we are instead of waffling on about that. Right, so as you can see, this is called the Barbican Centre, and it is a sort of multi-functional sort of space where lots of different things happen. There's a cinema, there's theatre, there's just other spaces, I guess. I mean, look at the size of this space. I love this place. Actually, I mean, I love the Tate Modern, right? And the Tate Modern is an amazing space in its own right. But it's an art gallery, and, you know, the thing is, yeah, you can do a little bit, but this place is, there's something, I don't know, I just love it. It is really magical to me. I just love this place. I don't get here that often, actually. Do you know, I think the last time I was here was almost a year ago, I think. So it's, you know, considering how much I love this place and the space and the shapes and everything else that goes with it, it's amazing that I don't get to it as often as I do, considering, really. I do travel around a lot, and I like travelling around a lot, and I go lots of different places. Ooh, 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 mouse, mouse. Oh, there's a mouse. Did you see the mouse? Wow. Little mouse ran across the floor just then. Wow. Yeah. Cool. Yeah, I don't know if I caught that on the camera just then, but a little mouse running across the. Wow. Oh no, they've got an infestation of mice. Ah, that's really sort of. That's a great advert, isn't it, for the Barbican Centre? Mice running all over the place. Oh well. I like animals, even if they are wild. I don't care. It's still a living creature all the same. Right, so we'll walk down here. I'm going to get a Costa's in a minute, but you know, oh no, hang on. It might be alright. I just, for some reason, I vaguely remember the Costa's here not being up to its usual standards, shall we say. But maybe I'm just being a bit hypercritical and I am remembering wrong anyway, quite possibly. So, well, I'll show you the fountains in a bit. I'll take you out there in a bit. Let's, come on, yeah, my breath. Flipping heck. Why am I breathing so heavy? There, look, you see, I love all the different shapes. Look at all the different shapes you get. Look, you know, with all the angles going down this way and going that way, and I just love this place. Oh wow, it is pretty cool, this place. I love it. It's all the different colours and shapes. It's an artist's dream when you think about it. Well, I think so anyway. I mean, what artist wouldn't love and appreciate this? Do you know what I mean? I mean, being an artist myself, and not having done any art for a long time, well, for a good while anyway, thing is that, I've just spotted a door that's open that you don't normally see open, and then I'm a nosy so-and-so, I must admit. This is I think, or believe, nosiness is a trait specifically orientated towards northern people like myself. Although I think, again, I'm being maybe a little bit unfair there and generalising quite a little bit. But no, they do say that those northerners do tend to be a little bit nosy. So you can call it curiosity if you like. But it's definitely, I'm just nosy, I'm curious. Let's have a quick look. Don't worry, Dad. Don't. See, people start panicking when you look at these things, and they start getting all what's the name. But you see, what? I've never seen him there before. I've never seen. You don't often see these doors open, you see. So, and of course, you see, to go in these places, you've got to pay a lot of money, and I don't have lots of money, so I wouldn't get the chance to see something like this. So, for me, it's just a bit of a, intrigue and. Let's have a look what's going on like. So there's one of the theatres, look. Quite cool, eh? Wow. Excellent. Okay. So. I don't want to push it, just in case. Do you know what I mean? Because like I say, sometimes people can get a bit funny about these things and say like, oh no, you can't be filming in there. I don't know. I mean, personally, I think just as long as you're not obviously intruding, causing any possible disruptions or any sort of, I don't know, causing any major harm or whatever, do you know what I mean? Then I can't really see why you can't just film. Well, okay, no, I mean, I don't mean this literally wherever you want. I don't mean, just walk into somebody's back garden or something. I don't mean that. I just mean, especially public spaces, I guess is what I'm trying to say. Public spaces where, I mean, there for instance, I mean, that's a classic example. I would have liked to have gone in a little bit further, just filmed around a little bit longer. But I didn't want to push it because I just suspected as soon as they saw me, or were conscious of the fact that I was, walking in there, then there would have been like all this major like, rah, panic, press the buttons quick, kind of thing, you know what I mean? And all I'm doing is just filming, and what harm is that, you know what I mean? I mean, okay, you could argue that if they were rehearsing something, they didn't want something published in a, fine, I haven't got a problem with that, that's perfectly fine. I don't really want to film you, what you're doing necessarily, I just want to film the space, Oh, sorry, I am. Ow, ooh, I just got a static shock. Ow, oh my god. Oh, that's great, I'm going to be paranoid about touching anything metal in here now. Oh dear. Oh man. Right, I think we'll come back to the coffee shop shortly, because I do want to get a coffee, but, oh god, my breath. Just going up the stairs and stuff, man. Do you know what I mean? Just struggling going up and down the stairs. It's too much smoking. That's what it is. I smoke way too much. So I know I keep telling myself I need to give them up, but it's like I was saying in one of my other videos, until you really, really, really want to do it, and you have a reason other than just to please other people, then if you're gonna give something up, then you have to do it purely for yourself, and you have to do it because you really, really, really want to do it. Otherwise, you're never gonna do. Really, you can have half-hearted attempts at doing it, but that doesn't necessarily mean that you're going to, unless you really, really want to. You've got to really want it, Right, now, hang on. Let me just turn around this way a little bit. Ooh, God. See, I don't know how bad this camera work is. It probably is really bad. And I don't know how long I've been filming for now, actually. And because I'm getting really breathy, and I hate to hear this back now, I'm telling you. When I hear this back, I bet I sound like... I can't freaking breathe like, you know what I mean? And it sounds awful. It sounds absolutely awful. So I can imagine how it sounds for you lot watching these. It probably sounds horrendous, I guess. But I kind of wanted to go just through here for a minute because, oh, see, I'm not even putting the camera on myself properly right now. Right, there's a little sort of passageway thing here. I've taken photographs of it before now, and like I say, thing is that I just like it. It's got blue light, well, it usually has blue light illuminating it, and it just looks really cool. I like it anyway. It's down here, up these steps here. Right, whilst we're here for a minute, you see all this is the Barbican Centre, and these are flats as well. You see, this is all designed by these two architect guys. Well, say architect guys actually. I can't remember. I think there were a couple actually. I'm not sure off the top of my head, because I don't always pay attention to things. Sometimes I hear the history of things and how places came about, stuff and whatever, and I absorb some of the information and then don't absorb all of it, you know. So I know there was a well-known architect, as I say, I can't honestly remember the guy's name, but I think there was two of them, and I think it was a couple. I think it was a man and woman, and round about in the 60s, whatever, and they were both architects, and they designed the Barbican Centre, and you know, it took a few years to build it, you know, because it's a massive complex. It really is huge place. And like I say, you know, because it goes all the way over there as well. Look, you see, and you got that tower block. Oh, sorry, I'm pointing the thing the other way, see, and I can't see what I'm looking at through the screen. Right, hang on. Oh yeah, right. So there's one tower block. There's the other tower block. There's another one somewhere, which might actually be right above us. I'm not sure now, off the top of my head. And you see it goes over there as well, in between those buildings over there, surrounds this church. But you can see the church thing there. It goes over there as well. So it's a big site, you know what I mean? It is a huge project, do you know what I mean? And so, like I say, it's lots of different things. They've got a, I don't know what you call it actually. I can't remember what it's called. It's a place where all the plants and things, not a greenhouse, it's no more than a greenhouse. You know what I mean? A greenhouse is just a greenhouse, isn't it? I mean, well, oh, I don't know. I don't know what the hell I'm talking about. Anyway, like I said, they've got this thing, it's got all sorts of plants and stuff in it. It's huge, because it's even got trees in it. Do you know what I mean? I might try and go up there if it's open. It's not always open. Sometimes I've been up there and it's been closed. But me and Joanne went there for the first time when we first met, on our first date actually, our official first date, as it were. And we went in there, and she had long hair then, and I loved her long hair. And you know, she could flick it around, and it would. Also, I was taking pictures of her with the camera I had. It was a really naff camera, but you know, I've got a slightly better one now. But anyway, no, I was taking pictures of her with her hair flowing up, and she was flinging it around like a model kind of thing. It was really funny, and we really had a nice day. And sadly, I can't find those pictures anymore. I don't know what's happened to them. I'm really annoyed and not happy about that, but sadly I can't find those pictures, because there's one in particular that I really loved the way she'd thrown her hair, and then I caught the movement of it in the photograph I took, and it's really, really nice. And it was like, you know, sorry, I'm slightly distracted. I can't remember what the hell I was going to say. Anyway, yeah, so there's the blue lit corridor-y thing that I was telling you about. You know, it's funny, isn't it, when you know, you come to a place one day and you see something and you think, wow, doesn't that look amazing? And then you come again, maybe a bit later on or whatever, and for some reason it's not quite the way you remembered it, and for some reason in your head it seemed a little bit more spectacular. I don't know. It just, I don't know. Maybe it's just me. Anyway, anywho, let me show you this as well, by the way. This is a very unusual thing. Not sure, I think it's a Buddha, actually, but why it's actually there, and in that particular spot of all spots, I'm not sure, because you don't see it straight away until you'd have to come right to this big, and these big concrete window type effect things, and until you get right over here, I don't know if you can see that clearly. I'll try and zoom in a little bit, but look, it's attached to the wall there. It's like a big Buddha and and he's lying down, and there's a little mask there, and I don't know if it's denoting the theatre and the aspects of this place, which it might well be doing, I don't know. But this is like an underground car park thing, and maybe delivery place or something as well. So you think, well, why would you put that, of all things, there, obscured and out of the way, where not many people see it? Because like I said to you, see what I mean about these nooks and crannies, where not a lot of people come. Do you know what I mean? There's all these little nooks and crannies. Well, mind you, it is a Sunday, so I've got to give you that. I mean, it is a Sunday after all, and so therefore, obviously, on a Sunday, it's going to be less people. I mean, there is some people around. It's, you know, it can get busy sometimes, but even on a fairly busy day, you can get bits of it like this, where there's not a lot of people. I'm trying to decide whether to go up or down the slopes. I think the coffee thing's up that way, and that's just back down to that where that theatre door was open, somewhere down there, I think. I don't know actually. I'm kind of curious because, you know, this place is so big. Even though I've been here a couple of times, and I think I've been virtually everywhere there is to go in this place, I think. Although I'm sure there's probably not. I mean, I'm sure there's probably some places that I've not been. That I'm not aware of, or parts that, oh, in fact there's an art gallery as well, actually, just thinking about it. And the art gallery I've yet to go in. I think it's free, the art gallery, but I'm not 100% certain. Oh, hang on, this is, no, this isn't. I think this is a restaurant or something. I'm not sure. Lounge, Red Room. Not sure what this is. And again, you see, that's the thing with the Barbican Centre. Sometimes the door might be sometimes open, but I'm not always sure whether you're allowed to actually go in unless you, because there's some parts that kind of are probably restricted more for, like, what do they call it? Members or something, or whatever, you know, sort of people that are part of the club, so to speak. I don't know if that door is open. I'm just curious. I'm going to try it. Oh, it is open. I'm going to walk in. I might get told off here. I just want to, because I just noticed there's a bit of a balcony, and I'm just curious to sort of look over the balcony. But I'm not sure if you're, because it's got a feel of a restaurant-y thing, and that's like, although I don't know actually. I don't know what the heck this is. See, look, it's a nice little balcony. I like this. It's quite a cool view, like, you know. Mind you, it's got the doors here, so. Okay, we'll just carry on then. Right. Yeah, I mean, I don't know, I just thought for a minute I was walking into some sort of like, you see, you've got these things here, you see, and I've not read them, I've not looked at them, but they look like menu things. Do you know what I mean? Yeah, lounge menu, you see, here's a menu. So I saw them and I thought, like, oh god, it's going to be like one of these. Maitre d' comes up to you and says, yes sir, would you like a table? You know, and all that sort of carry on or something. So I can't quite work out what the heck it is really. But they've got this funny thing here, look at this. Oh, it's like a round, I don't know what you call it actually. What is it? Bar? Maybe it's a bar. Anyway, this thing anyway. Well, I'll say round, well it's roundish. Hexagon. Anyway. Looks like it got, oh right, okay. Yeah, so, well, what do you think of this place then, eh? It's pretty cool, and it has got shades of like the 60s and 70s about it, hasn't it? You know, if you look around at some of the things and the decor and stuff, definitely got that sort of 60s, 70s look. Which is, you know, if you grew up in that area, it's cool. And I did grow up in that era. More sort of 70s, I guess, but I was born in 1965, so... Ooh, showing my age. Oh well. Oh look, see, we're kind of back to and the coffee shop. I think the coffee shop will be underneath us somewhere, actually. Yeah, I think the coffee shop's underneath where we are. See, that's why I love this place. It's all little nooks and crannies and little balconies and... Do you know what I mean? Little terracey things and... Not terrorist. Terrorist. Can't say the word now. Great, that's now really confused me. Terraced. Cool, blimey. So, look, you see, there's like loads of different levels as well. You know what I mean? There's all these different levels. That's where we came in, where this gentleman's walking down now, and this big round thing. This is where we came in. But then you've got that floor down there, and then there's a floor even further down than that, and then of course you've got this thing up here. So, you know, it's quite... you could have a convention here, couldn't you? Like when Adam the Woo